Hello and welcome. My name is Kevin. This is Do It for Bruce. We're here in CK3 with another time lapse. This time we're back in our Four Nations time lapse, but a little different this time. I first wanted to do one where each and every one of the Four Nations had an immortal ruler with all their stats maxed out, and I did do that. Turns out when you're immortal and have all your stats maxed out, not a lot happens. Wasn't that interesting to watch? As you can see in these before and after pictures, not much changed on the map. So now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do one where each of the Four Nations has a specialist. So for the HRE, we specialized in diplomacy. So we have the diplomat, and then they also got 100% in learning so that they can spread their faith in all that stuff. They're also immortal, obviously. The Byzantines, we have the spider, 100% in intrigue, 100% in learning, immortal. Then we have the Seljuks with the accountant, 100% in stewardship and 100% in learning. Finally, the Ghanaians, who are the warriors, or is the warrior, with 100% martial learning and immortal. So let's see what one of these four boys pops off and can be successful in this immortal time lapse. So let's see. Okay, here we are in post. We are about 448 years after our start of our time lapse, and it looks like the HRE is our crown king for this time lapse. It seems like they have done the best. Ghana hasn't really moved that much. They've taken over a couple bits of land, and they did do a couple more expansions here and there, but looks like at the end, they've only really kept their Africa holdings, which is surprising. The Seljuks have just kind of completely fallen apart, and the Byzantines, as always, being the Byzantines. So let's take a look and see if all four have still survived. Our boy in the HRE still kicking, surviving that drunken cancer woundedness, just absolutely killing it. My guess is he's the only one who survived, but let's see. For the Ghanaians, it looks like we did lose our warrior, and he died some time ago, it seems like, yeah. And in true form, he died in a fight. Classic. So that's unfortunate, but he lived to be pretty old, 325. What about the Byzantines? Yeah, we lost the spider. He is been killed or died of something. He died of treatment. He got treatment and he died. He did not last that long, 216. And it looks like they as a whole aren't doing as well compared to the HRE. I think if we'd just kept letting the game roll, the HRE would have probably completely overtaken everybody. And then let's look at the Seljuks. My guess is this dude is V-dead like the rest, but it looks like our accountant brother, the cannibal, is still very much alive, but been dethroned and lives in a sad little baronry out in the middle of, not in the middle of nowhere, but just in the hills and mountains over here, running his own. He's not even a county lord. He runs a mosque, just one little mosque. Man who used to own half the known world now is just a sad lad. Let's look at faith and see how it shakes out. Oh, this time the Catholics seem to have been the victor with the most counties, it seems like. Yeah, easily the most counties, 1100. And then this Sunni faith, and this is the faith that was created for the Ghanaians, and it looks like it came in third and Orthodox distant fourth. Culture-wise, everybody was Greek in the beginning, and it looks like there are some pockets of not Greek, which is always surprising. So I wonder if these are events that are spawned, or if they just people get real hankering to be, the old ways and such like that. So it's interesting to see. So, like I said, of the four, it looks like our boy in the HRE is our victor. It's funny because they all seem to have gone by the wayside and become large men, each and one of them. Let's make sure that's true. Even the warrior became an obese man. Clearly he is a thick boy, and so is our poor boy in the Seljuk lands. Other than that, it looks like diplomacy is the one and only king of the stats, at least when it comes to holding on to your territory. They seem to have been the best at not really changing their borders. I guess the Byzantines also stayed strong most of the time, fighting off both the Seljuks and the Ghanaians without any major losses. Looks like the HRE would eventually probably have engulfed them. But that's, I think, all commentary we have on this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what other time lapses you'd like to see, or what other content you want to see on the channel. And as always, have a good rest of your day. Ciao.